Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited to be filming this video. I mean, you've already seen it in the title, but today we're going to be playing with the new Lethal is Dead collection. This is a collaboration between Lethal Cosmetics and Theresa is Dead. I absolutely love Theresa. I think she's such a sweetheart and she is so freaking funny. I'm just so happy that she had this opportunity. I've mentioned over and over again, I have been waiting for her to collab with Lethal, and so when she messaged me and told me it was happening, I just about died. Get it? About died. Anyways, I will have her reveal video, which is really hysterical. It's the most unique reveal video I've ever seen. And then also her 3 looks video linked down below for you in case you want to see more about the collection from her point of view. But there is an eyeshadow palette with 9 shades, and this is supposed to be like inspired by like 80s and 90s horror movies, which isn't really something I know that much about, but I can still appreciate the names. So here's what it looks like, and my favorite part is that it says "Don't look behind you." Iconic. So it's kind of like a mixture of some green, teal, burgundy, and like purpley blues. Very, very cute. I feel like these shades right here are really calling to me. What better way to set the mood for a horror-themed collection than for it to start thundering, right? And then there's also 3 different gel liners in the collection, which we'll get into in a few minutes, and I'm going to swatch them out. And I also wanted to compare them to 2 of the Milk Cosmetics liner colors that I have, just because I was curious to see how close they are. So let's just go ahead and start off and do some swatches. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So happy to have you here. I do a ton of reviews and just content surrounding independently owned makeup brands like Lethal Cosmetics. So if you'd like to see more of that from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and jump on in. So the very first shade is called Straight to VHS, and this looks like a really beautiful, soft yellow. And Theresa described it as having like a white shift, and I didn't really like comprehend what that meant, but seeing it in person, I don't know if you can kind of see it there. That's actually really unique and cool. Then we have the Final Girl, kind of like a mid-tone pinky berry-ish type shade. We've got Spellbound, which looks like a really beautiful soft purple. Spellbound looks familiar, but I think that all of these shades are new. Ooh. And I feel like Lethal recently, their shimmer formula has changed a little bit to be just a touch sparklier. So I feel like that kind of, I can already see it in these shades as well. Next we have the shade Watery Grave, which looks like a really beautiful soft blue, like a cornflower blue. We've got Body Snatched, which I love the name, and I love the color. It is a chartreuse green. We've got Ancient Evil. This is the only shade that's not really doing anything for me. It's like a coppery rose gold, kind of neutral. But the nice thing is that with Lethal's palettes, you could always move things and switch things around. Next we have the shade Predator, which looks like a really nice deep navy blue. We've got Creature Feature. It's a pretty teal. And then Vengeful Spirit, which looks like a really stunning burgundy. I have literally no idea what look I want to do right now. But those all look really nice, which I do personally like the Lethal Cosmetics formula. I find the mattes to be pretty easy to build up and blend. All right, next we have this gray liner, which is called Entity. So there's what that one looks like. Super creamy. We have a chartreuse called Ectoplasm. Definitely the liner that I was the most excited about, just because I love a good chartreuse. And there is this deep blue called Spectra. So there's what Spectra looks like. Again, I am a fan of the Lethal gel liner formula. I feel like it's pretty easy to work with. My only tip though is that if you do wear contacts and you're gonna wear this in the waterline, I recommend just using a really tiny amount. Don't go in with too much or else it'll get stuck in your contacts. But overall, I don't feel like I have any sensitivity to them and they last really well. So let's go ahead and compare. This is the shade Santos from Milk Cosmetics. Actually, you know what? I forgot that this had a metallic kind of reflect to it. But I was just thinking that like the bright blue, that I could compare them. yeah, they're pretty different. This one's a little bit more metallic and Spectra's a little bit more muted. And then the one that I really wanted to compare is the shade Wallflower, just because it's such a beautiful grungy green. Oh yeah. Okay, definitely completely different. Wouldn't those two greens together be so pretty? Like, I'm not normally like a just liner look kind of person, but I feel like if I started with the chartreuse and then ended with the olive and just did like a really, oh, that would be pretty. There's what they look like up close. Okay, so for today's look, I think I'm gonna try something a little bit outside of the box. I'm gonna start off with the shade Ectoplasm. Just picking that up on like a flat, fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna start that off all over my lid. And instead of using it as liner right now, I'm just going to use it basically as an eyeshadow base. Wow, it is storming. It literally went from sunny to like dark black outside within like 5 minutes. I hope that's not super annoying. I feel like that's blending out really easily. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Body Snatched. And I'm basically just gonna use that to set the entire lid. Just keep it nice and vibrant. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Creature Feature, and I'm gonna put that all the way through my crease. Just lightly buffing it out. Once I have that blended out to my heart's content, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this shade right here called Predator, and I'm gonna pop that on my outer V. I'm just gonna start buffing and then building it up a little bit. I think next, I wasn't originally planning to do this, but I think it would be really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Spectra Liner. And I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of a line on my upper lash line. I just think the pop of blue with everything else that's going on is going to be so cute. Warning, I'm not good at liner, so if this doesn't look amazing, that's why, but I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. So I feel like you could always use this as a base and then go over it with Predator and kind of just smudge it out and make like a really soft line. That would be pretty as well, but I think that looks nice. I like it. Who am I? All right, now, okay, I'm torn because part of me really wants to go in with the green on my waterline, but also I haven't used the gray liner yet. I just love a pop of chartreuse, even though my whole eye look is chartreuse. I'm gonna go into some more of Ectoplasm, just using a tiny little bit and popping it on my waterline. It looks really weird, but I also like to normally sit with my eye like this for like 10 seconds or something, just to let it dry a little bit before I let go. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Watery Grave next and use that along my entire lower lash line. Kind of using it a little bit softer just to kind of buff out. I don't want it to be a harsh line. So I'm gonna go into a touch more of Predator, just a tiny little bit on like the outer third of the lower lash line just to connect to the lid. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna go into Straight to VHS. And because this one is a little bit more soft and flaky, I'm gonna use a setting spray real quick and just wet it. Pop that on right here. Ooh, that looks so pretty. What? It looks so sparkly and so reflective. Don't even have to go in with more, like I can use it for both sides. Wow, that's such a pretty pop to an all matte eye. I wasn't expecting that shade to be that unique. Like I thought it was just gonna be, you know, just a soft yellow, which I do love a good soft yellow, but that is so pretty. Off camera really quickly, I'm going to throw on some mascara and then I'll be right back. I went ahead and threw on the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlighter in the shade Ozone. I threw on the Lisa Eldridge Affair Lip Gloss, and this is the finished look. I have to say that being stuck in a horror movie sounds like my own worst nightmare, but if I had to, I would be happy to wear this look. So I love how it turned out. I really, really love the liner colors, especially in addition to the palette. I feel like together they make me want to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. The Lethal formula feels like the same great formula you can expect from them. Like I said, the shimmers are a little bit extra sparkly, and I would definitely recommend either spraying your brush or using a glitter primer with them. The matte shades I would recommend tapping off your brush before you go in so that you don't get a bunch of fallout, but I would say overall super easy to work with. Oh, congrats, Theresa. I'm so happy for you and for this collection. Can't wait to play with it more, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.